Previously on Coach Greg.
His money is our money and my money is my money.
Do you know why I think I have like a good marriage? I think it's because my husband's never here.
The worst story I've ever heard in my life.
You're still a little beta boy.
I was popping my pussy.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
Coach Greg, in today's video, Akaash's wife, she speaks out. She speaks out about everything that's been going on, and wait till you see what she says. It's even worse than I was expecting. Mediocre tutorials and reviews. He posted the video. We're going to be reviewing what he exposed, and the video is titled, My Apology to Akaash Sai.
Tell me about your relationship with your wife. What's that like?
A lot of work, a lot of therapy. We love each other so much. We're like deeply in love. And it's like we laugh all the time. But both of us grew up in like, and I'm talking about this in the next special. It was like turbulent households for both of us. We don't need to get too personal, but yeah, it's turbulent.
And so notice how he's essentially forgiving her, saying it's okay, it's not her fault, it's all my fault. Remember when there's spousal abuse and the woman saying, no, it's not his fault for hitting me, it's my fault, I did the things, I deserved it. Women get brainwashed, and to the same extent, men get brainwashed. This man has been brainwashed. He actually thinks everything's his fault.
But like, I was like, yeah, I love this girl. This girl I want to make it work with. I can't let this get in the way.
For some reason, he's infatuated by this girl. He thinks he loves this girl, so much so that it's a chaotic, toxic relationship. I mean, if he were a woman and he were saying these things, what would you be thinking? Hey, you need to leave. But no, he goes to therapy and they encourage him, stick it out. Stay together. Let her get away with all of those things.
And my girl still pops off. For me, it's trying to stay patient through that and hearing her and then because again, she grew up not feeling like anybody's looking out for her.
And so he's saying, look, she says all these things, but she grew up this way and no one was looking out for her. And so it's not her fault. It's her childhood. Just because her childhood was perhaps traumatic doesn't give her the right to abuse you. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. The baggage that you carry into the relationship, it shouldn't be affecting your partner, and you don't have to tolerate it.
So it's my job to try to listen to that, take that in, and then...
No, it's not.
I also said to her, I got a real thing with scorekeeping.
I mean, imagine thinking, no, it's my job. I have to listen. I have to bow down for her. I have to let her get away with everything. It's part of being a man. No, it's not. Part of being a man is putting her in her place, saying, I will not tolerate that. You do not talk to me in that way.
As a result of this man becoming so upset with his wife, well, I guess at that time it'd be his girlfriend's behavior, he admits to hitting himself.
And so notice, he didn't hit her. He didn't threaten to hit her. He harms himself. He doesn't know what to do, and so he self-harms. How does this sound like a healthy relationship to you? In what world is this okay?
The masculine baseline or the masculine imperative within society is seen as wrong, is seen as incorrect, hence toxic masculinity.
Many people are going to say, this is toxic masculinity, Greg. What you're saying that you shouldn't put up with your woman in that way, it's not toxic. Imagine if they told a woman, hey, accept abuse from your husband. He can do whatever he wants. If he gaslights you, if he blames you, you just sit back and you accept it. No one would accept that. But when a woman does it to a man, we have to accept it. Why is that the case?
She's in therapy now, like more so than me, even more intensely than I am. And like, it's been really helpful.
And so since that time, she's gone to therapy even more so than me. And it's helped just so much. Bruh. If what we're seeing is her after being helped, I wouldn't want to see the before. And so how is this beneficial? How has he been helped whatsoever? She goes on podcasts. She makes fun of him. She makes fun of the way his nuts smell. She belittles him. She makes fun of him. And she openly discusses want to have a sexy time with other men in front of her husband.
Are you a people's pleaser?
Yeah.
Right? That's when you keep scores.
And she likes being pleased. Like openly. My wife is the most self-aware. It's like amazing.
And so he's a people pleaser and she likes being pleased. She's taking advantage of somebody who doesn't know any better. Remember, he had his V card when he got married. He wasn't with any other women. He doesn't know what it's like to be with a woman. He doesn't have any practice. Remember, she faked having her V card, but she had been popping her you-know-what to everyone. And those white frat boy parties where she popped it over to everybody. She was literally the village bicycle, letting everyone take a turn. And so what do you think has happened? She likely has an avoidance attachment style. She doesn't give two shits about him. And she fakes being in love with him.
And I've been trying to actively exercise my asshole muscle. Like it's...
Exercising your asshole muscle is crazy, bro. Pause, all right? Watch your mouth, all right?
Hopefully that's not what Akaash is doing, because the way he's allowing his woman to walk all over him, I wouldn't surprise he likes to get pegged.
Is it just me, or is the idea of asking a girl to sign a prenup incredibly offensive? And only one way. Like if I asked someone to sign a prenup because I had some like booming business, then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup because like I don't want to like lose all my money. But then like if a guy asked me to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would call off the wedding. Like I would literally call off the wedding.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
Are you starting to get a sense of the hypocrisy? If a man asks a woman to sign a prenup because, you know, he has millions of dollars, I'm calling off the wedding. But if I had millions of dollars, I would force my husband to sign the prenup. I mean, you're literally saying it out loud. You're admitting to this. How does this make sense? How is this fair? I'm a woman. Whatever money I make, I get to keep. But you, as a man, whatever money you make, I get to keep. Because I'm a woman. Now, the first thing you need to know is if you are in fact a man and you do have any money, you need to sign a prenup. It's not a question of maybe. It's this or it's not. Imagine the trouble that Coach Greg would be in right now if I, in my previous relationships, had not had insurances that I would not lose all of my money. Imagine that. You have to have a prenup. And I don't care if you're getting married or you're just living with someone, you need to have signed proof that that is not your wife, that you're living together in that manner. You cannot trust. I don't care what they say. I would never do this to you. That would never happen. Doesn't matter. You have to have signed, documented agreements from lawyers showing exactly what happens in the event of a divorce or separation.
No offense to the homeless people, but like, you know, when you get on the subway and there's like a homeless person sleeping and like everyone has to get out of that car?
Yeah.
That's what my husband's balls smell like. Oh my God, I hope he's not.
And so, no offense to you, but you're a disgusting loser of a snob and I hate your guts, but no offense. You know, you're just gross beyond despair. No offense, though. You can't say no offense and then say horrendous things about someone. Now, was there any reason, was there any purpose, was there a requirement for you to put your husband down in that regard? What benefit was it to you or him? Remember, if you come together as a couple, when she goes up, you go up. When you go up, she goes up. How did it benefit the relationship by saying how disgusting his ball sack smells? I see no benefit to saying that. She wasn't forced to divulge this information, and so why would you bring that up? Now, imagine the opposite extent. He makes a video, and he says, you know what? My wife's downstairs, it smells like a dirty skunk. I can't go within 8 feet of it, for I'm probably going to throw up. You know, when I was younger, I used to bait lobster fishing, and we had bait that was smelt up dirty fish for months on end. Her downstairs smells worse than that. How would it benefit you to say that? What would people say if you said that about your wife? They would hate you. They would probably cancel. You'd say, what kind of a husband would say that? But yet she can say it and somehow it's funny.
Gosh, like, please don't divorce me because my credit score is fucked up too and it would leave me in a really bad position. But then I guess like I just would go to OnlyFans or something like that. And like it would even...
Hell you will.
It will even out. No, I said if, like, God forbid. You
if
know,
I divorce you.
Don't say that.
But you said it.
Why would you joke about that? Why? Well, like, what benefit does that give you? Now the world knows that she's thinking of doing an OF. That if they were divorced, hey, no big deal. I'm just going to show my vagina to the world.
My anniversary, or I should say our 4-year anniversary, can you stop with the like shuffling around? Because I'm recording.
Why does she choose to belittle her man in this way? She's recording and then she's basically dictating to her husband, shut up. Shut up. Can't you see I'm recording? And he sits there and he puts up with it. But remember, he's been brainwashed for years thinking a real man is nice to his wife, happy life. And so when she yells at him, makes fun of him and so on, he just says, sorry, I apologize. We've seen that in the last video.
Do you want to start getting ready when I get
He's not yelling at all. He says, do you want to start getting ready?
back?
Don't yell at me like that.
I apologize.
I apologize. What?
She accused him of yelling. He said, I'm sorry. He wasn't even raising his voice.
Everyone says to me, oh, Jocelyn, you're so spoiled. You're such a brat, blah, 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 blah. But guess what?
When everyone says to you you're a brat and you're spoiled, there's one of two things. They're all lying. They've got you wrong, which is possible, or they're right. And so let's listen to your example to prove that you're not.
My anniversary, or I should say our 4-year anniversary, can you stop with the like shuffling around? Because I'm recording. And like this is like the thing that annoys me is when I'm recording, Akaash likes to make likes to make the most noise possible. But I was just informed that, you know, unfortunately I will not be receiving a gift for my anniversary because we got a Birkin. Or excuse me, I got a Birkin, but that was almost like a month ago now.
She just got a Birkin. But she's not spoiled. She's not a brat, but she just got a Birkin. Bro says, you know, 4th year anniversary's coming up. I got you a Birkin. It's a month early. That doesn't count. I mean, it's only worth $30,000. It's a whole month. Where's my other gifts? But I'm not spoiled. I just got a Birkin for no reason, but I'm spoiled because, you know, that magical 4th year anniversary that's just so important. Well, I need something tangible worth at least $30,000+ because it's my 4-year anniversary. You know, the special number 4. It only comes around once.
It's fine. Like, I guess you just hate me.
You can't even fake cry.
And because you're not getting me another Birkin or perhaps a few Cartier bracelets, I don't know, a ring, whatever, you hate me. I didn't know that you hated me. Are you sure you're not going to get me something to prove that you don't hate me? Does anyone see the manipulation in her voice? This is from a people pleaser who's gone to therapy, and she knows that he needs to hear that reassurance. That, thank you. He needs it. He relies on it. And so do you not see the manipulation in her trying to milk him for all he's worth?
I can't help the timing of the gift.
Babe,
Yeah, baby.
so you really just hate me.
I hate you. I love you more than everything. Make it up to you on your birthday.
And so he says, I don't hate you, I love you. He tries to give her a kiss. And we've all seen how she reacts to receiving kisses. You know, public displays of affection. It's not for me. It's giving me the ick. You know, I'm traumatized from childhood. I can't handle this. Can't handle it from him. Now, those Chads who she was popping her P word all through university, you know, waking up with a sore arsehole, those guys, no problem. I'll kiss you all day. But not Akaash. I mean, he's only my husband.
Birthday.
Kisses her on the cheek. Imagine having a woman and her reacting to you like that.
Okay, by now you guys may have seen the day in the life video I did, and some of the comments were like, oh, your husband gives you this lifestyle, but you only cook once a week, obviously like made by men.
Here is her response.
Yeah, where in my marriage contract did I sign in blood, if I become a stay-at-home wife, I will cook and clean every single day? No.
Where is it in my contract that I'm supposed to cook and clean and do house chores? I'm married. I'm not actually his wife. I'm just his wife. You know, the part where I receive Birkin bags and an expensive home and get taken care of and avoid public displays of affection, avoid kissing him, giving him the handies. Why would I want that on my mouth? That's the part I bargained for. And in the event of a divorce, I take half. But if I had all the money, I would take all of it because I would have forced him to sign a prenup.
If I don't even have enough discipline to work a 9-to-5 job, what makes you think I have enough discipline to get all the groceries, get all the ingredients, prep all the ingredients, cook the food?
Men of the world, vet your women. Like, I don't even have the discipline to work a 9-to-5 job. What makes you think I have the discipline to go and find some groceries and cook a meal? To clean? Really? I'm a princess. I'm just here for you to spoil me.
And then I'll also respond to the people saying I don't like my husband because I turned away from a kiss. I've never liked PDA, physical touch. I find it really overstimulating.
Raise your hand if you believe that she just doesn't like public displays of affection with anyone. That, you know, it's awkward in front of her parents. Yeah, I could see that in front of your parents. But all of those photos, you weren't with your parents. And so that one time where it was in front of your parents, perhaps it's awkward, your parents are standing by, that doesn't apply when you're alone.
And so it's something I actually work through with my husband because that's his love language. And I feel like for him, he tries to do physical touch to regulate his emotions, and I find it really dysregulating.
And so in case you're not aware of love languages, some people it's words of affirmation, some it's physical touch, some people it's actually gifts. And so she knows his love language is physical touch, but he has to work on that because, well, I don't do that. If you know that's his love language and you don't do that with him, how are you meeting him halfway? His love language is physical touch, but you won't give it to him. How is that okay? Your love language, perhaps it's getting gifts. You know, I want you to buy me a Birkin. And so what if he says, you know, that's just not what I do. I don't believe in giving women gifts. Would you be okay with that? I don't think so.
But it's just annoying that you guys create a fucking narrative out of something that's sweet for no reason whatsoever.
What part is sweet? You're creating a narrative of something that's sweet. The fact that he just bows down and simps to you and doesn't get anything that he wants, has none of his needs met. It's sweet because he's willing to do everything for me, but I won't do anything in return. How is that sweet when it's manipulative and controlling?
But it's just annoying that you guys create a fucking narrative out of something that's sweet for no reason whatsoever, because you're miserable in your own lives is my only reason that I could reasonably assume.
Yeah, so I'm miserable in my own life. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I can't imagine being in Akaash's situation. And so I'm only making these videos because I'm miserable? What if I'm so happy and I want others to feel the same? Have you ever thought of that? Maybe other people are making these videos not because they're miserable, but they want others to be as happy as they are. They don't want other men to be losers and simp out and be in a situation like this.
Sure. Overstimulation due to parents being there seems reasonable, but we have multiple clips of her doing this while she's on a selfie cam with just him and her in the same room.
The same woman that says, you know, I'm against public displays of affection, you know, a kiss from my husband in front of my parents. All right, let's give her the benefit of that. Let's say that that's true. You're just very shy, you know, you're reserved. You say, we only do this at home in private. This is the same woman that says she's popping her pussy for frat boys in university, and that is speaking about wanting an orgy with her best friend's husband because he has a face card and a body that goes crazy. She claims, I bet he has a 10-incher. How is that a woman who's reserved? So reserved that you make fun of the way his balls smell to the world. And so my recommendation is that Akaash gets on the Turk Builder Max and Geo2 Max now. He does his cardio, he lifts weights. He starts to improve his body, his physical appearance for the inevitable day when they get a divorce where he still has half of his money and he can get a better woman than last time. And so if you're interested in Akaash, code Greg, 15% off. Now remember, if you have lower testosterone than last time, you're hypogonadal, perhaps you need enclomiphene, testosterone, or you're morbidly obese and you need Ozempic, tirzepatide, and so on, you can go to AlgoRx where doctors will legally prescribe you pharmaceutical medications. And so if you're interested in getting that as well as your blood work, click the link, code Greg, 10% off. And until next time, I am out.